Hey to Crazy Fangirl Shyby, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. So today I'm actually going to be doing a really different video than what I usually do. Yesterday was Mental Health Awareness Day and I actually was planning on doing a video, but unfortunately I missed the date, and even though I had Milo! Thank you. I'm trying to do a video, baby. Oh. Let me work! So as I was saying, I've been planning to do a video about mental health awareness for quite some time. It is a very important subject to me for many years now, and something I've been an advocate for because it's so important to talk about mental health. I myself have gone through some experiences with mental health, and I really wanted to talk about it because there are so many people who go through it every day and they're unsure of how to go about it and such. And even though I've missed the actual official day, it still is an importance to bring it up. I'm not going to go too much into my own experiences, but I really wanted to talk about it because it's really impacted me and really helped me improve and be a better person. So when I was 12 years old, my grandpa passed away, and this really affected me because I guess it was a wake-up call in life, really, because it just hit me about the reality of what life is. Like, we go through this massive journey and then we obviously die. Our bodies are given back to the earth, which is obviously a process that everybody knows about, but I guess being so young, it just hit me and I didn't really know how to process it. And also because my grandpa was such a big importance in my life, it was just like a big shock for me. And I didn't really know how to handle it. I was actually diagnosed with depression a year later when I was 13 years old, and it was a really hard process for me because it was just so intense, and it took me a very long time to get out of this dark place that I was in. And I'm telling you, it was not easy. It took a long time, and even now at times I struggle with anxiety. But in a way, I'm glad that these things happened to me because it made me a better person, and it also made me realize how important it is to talk about these issues that happen in our lives. I wanted to give a little bit of advice. I thought it would be really helpful to go through some processes that I've learned through the years to really help me. So here is some advice that I came up with to give to all of you. The first option that I suggest is talking to somebody. Now, I know how nerve-wracking this can be to talk to somebody about such emotions, and it can look embarrassing to talk to somebody, but trust me, it is not. It really is important that you actually talk to somebody about these emotions, because you can bottle it up and it can really infest you and really bleed into your everyday life. It's not healthy, and I suggest maybe talking to somebody that you trust. Just talk to somebody. I'm talking about talking to your parents, talking to your friend, talking to your spouse or partner. I know that this can be daunting, but in certain situations it can really lift the stress off of people when you actually get to talk to somebody about these situations. So I suggest that it's best to talk to somebody. This leads on to my second point, which is counseling. When I first had depression, I didn't tell anybody about what I was feeling. I was so scared of telling anybody about how I was feeling. When my teacher actually recognized that I wasn't doing so great in school, and he pulled me out of class one day and he just asked, "Is everything okay?" And then I told him the reason of why my behavior had changed. He then really suggested that I talk to him and my parents about actually going to talk to a counselor. Now, I don't want you guys to instantly think, I need to get a counselor! First of all, you need to go and see a doctor about this. They will let you know if you really need one, and even with your counselor, they will help you go through a checklist and you go through a whole different process. Different counselors work in different ways. I went through a checklist and we looked at the things that we needed to cover, and we really talked about these. I went to counseling for about 4 years and we covered different concepts, and it really helped me. I went to counseling for 4 years because I really needed it. I really struggled and didn't really know how to cope with certain situations, so my counselor helped me, and we created these skills to block out different negative thoughts and to also how to cope in certain situations, like I said before, make me nervous or really press me into feeling anxious. So we created different methods. So a breathing technique, I think everybody will know this, counting to 10, breathing in and out gently. That's the main one. I have different skills that I use, mostly in different situations, but that's the main one, breathing. I know when I feel anxious, I sometimes feel constricted and I'm like, oh my god, what is going on? And you just need to breathe. Just breathe and know that that you're okay in the situation. You just need to tell yourself nothing bad is going to happen to you in that situation. You just need to be calm and just breathe. That works for me, but you may need different skills that may help you in different situations, which is why I suggest going to a counselor, because they really do help you. But really, they are a great help to you, and I suggest if you really need someone to talk to, someone who isn't someone that you know, I suggest maybe going to a counselor. Number 3 is mental health services. Now, I know people are very reluctant to look at these services, but they really do help. My counselor really suggested for me to look at these institutions and look at the different methods that they give to really help in different situations, and these institutions really do help. The ones that I suggest to visit are Beyond Blue, Mindspot, and Kidshelpline. Students in primary school and high school, I suggest you guys go and have a look at Kidshelpline. They are a great institution and really help kids out. Really also inform them of the importance of even talking to others and how mental health is really important to your well-being. They also have online counseling, and I'm telling you now, it is completely confidential. However, if the counselor feels that your life is at risk or you're risking the lives of others, they will contact the police and will let them know of your name, and then the police will be able to find out obviously where you live and will be able to contact you and see if things are okay. Other than that, they are completely confidential and are great. They're open every day until 9 PM, and I suggest that for students this is a great thing. For those who really want a course that really helps provide different skills and even knowledge about mental health, I suggest either visiting Beyond Blue or Mindspot. Mindspot was actually a course I did this year for my anxiety. They provide an 8-week course that actually is very helpful. I didn't realize, but it really has helped me in different situations, especially when entering uni and even looking for a job, and in YouTube as well. It's really helped me, and I suggest that people even go and look at that because it's 8 weeks. It's not very intense. You just have to do a few tasks that actually are really good for your well-being, and if you actually do them, they actually are very helpful. Beyond Blue as well is great with information about going to see counselors, different skills on how to control your breathing and anxiety, and even with how to tackle depression. So I suggest all of you go and really look at that. At number 4, I know it's going to sound cliche, but it is to have a positive outlook on your mental health journey. Look, it's not going to be easy to get through this type of journey. You're not going to recover overnight. I really thought that I would recover in a year. I mean, it took me 4 years of practice to really look at the concepts that were impacting my life, but also put the skills to use. That was a real struggle for me to actually put them into use. Relapses will definitely be an occurrence through your mental health journey, no matter what. I've had relapses many times, and I still get back up every day, and I still try my hardest to be positive and to just try and look at the brighter side of life. It took me a very long time, and even today I'm still learning how to cope with my anxiety because I no longer see a counselor, so I'm doing it all on my own. And that's okay. Like, I need to learn every day how to cope with my situations. And a practice that I learned over the years, especially in my course this year, was a practice called fight and challenge. Now, this process is fighting and challenging negative thoughts. For me, I get negative thoughts quite a lot. This is something I wanted to share with you all because I guess we all get negative thoughts, but I guess some of them really impact us and sometimes really drag us down. So I really wanted to talk about this particular one because it really helps. First is to recognize the thought. Then I start asking myself, what is this thought doing to me? Is it having a good impact on me? Is it a negative impact? Is it true? Is it helping me in some way? And if it isn't, then I turn to doing something that actually helps me cope. I try to turn that thought around, which is questioning it, whether it actually is true about myself. And I suggest that people should try this as well because it's really helped me as well to see in different situations, whatever it is, if I'm alone or if I'm in a crowd of people or with my family even, I question myself, are my negative thoughts true? So it's a great thing that I use. If you guys want to use it, you obviously go ahead, by all means. But if you are alone, I suggest maybe trying to cope with it by using a hobby. So example, for painting or for drawing or even writing a journal and writing down these thoughts and even writing down the questions and writing down your answers as well is really helpful. Hello. Thank you. I love you. Do you want to sit? The main point of my video is to tell you that you are not alone. And this is something that people don't really believe in, that it's really them going through this by themselves. It's not true. There are many people who actually go through these sort of mental health issues by themselves. Just know that in this journey you are not alone. This goes back to my very first point. Talk to somebody, because it can just be as easy as talking to somebody about your problems, and it can really help you without actually going to a counselor or even checking out the mental services that I check. But even talking to somebody can really help you. Main thing though is to know that you truly are not alone, and there will always be someone to talk to, and that's why I provided those different points, because you can go check those out. They are great services and they definitely will help you in some way, I promise you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this helped in some way, but I just really wanted to talk about mental health awareness because it is so important, and obviously I've been through it and I'm a real advocate for talking about it. Some people hate to talk about it, but it really is an important subject to touch upon for the well-being of people and just to help people out, because just a simple talk can really help. And this leads me to my Instagram post that I actually talked about, which is Are You Okay Day. That was last month. Unfortunately I didn't really get to do the video because I was going to do the video last month, but unfortunately that was when all my assignments were due for the first half of my semester, so I couldn't really do a video. But the institution of Are You Okay is a great place to also go to if you want to provide an awareness for mental health. They are a great group. I was an advocate for them when I was in high school, and I still advocate for them because they are such a great organization, and a simple Are You Okay can really help somebody in their everyday life, and just knowing that somebody asks them that will just really help them. So thank you all so much for listening. I hope this provided you with some help, and I just really wanted to bring awareness to mental health. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video that I do. Take care everyone, bye! Crazy fangirl